Yes, I'm very well.
Great. First, let's start with your reaction to this move by COCOBOD. In fact, the senior staff management have accepted pay cuts of 20% and 10%. Good news?
Well, I don't think so.
Why not?
It's a knee-jerk reaction. Are they saying that anytime cocoa price goes down, the wages and salaries of COCOBOD staff will also be reduced accordingly? Is that what they are saying? They're going to destroy the cocoa industry.
How?
The cocoa workers, the staff of COCOBOD, they cannot accept this, as a way of life. That anytime the international prices go up, prices will be increased, and anytime the international prices go down, their wages and salaries will also be reduced accordingly. You cannot, operate in an industry like that. It's unacceptable.
Are you suggesting that if you reduce the salary of a management member of COCOBOD by 20% and you reduce the salary of a senior staff by 10%, they can still not live comfortably on what they get?
That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that once you determine my salary or my wage, I'm going to plan according to what you have given me. But if you are going to use deregulation to determine my price every now and then, what is the assurance?
But do you admit that? But you have spoken about the difficulties that COCOBOD is confronted with, haven't you?
What difficulties?
That COCOBOD is heavily indebted. COCOBOD.
Is it the first time that the international price has gone down?
Not.
Is it the first time? Check the records. When Anandro took office, cocoa price tumbled from 3,000 to 2,000. 50% drop. Did you hear about this hula baloo? Cocoa farmer has never enjoyed the full benefit of his or her labor. They've never been paid 100% of the FOB. Never ever. Sometimes they are giving as low as 40%. So if the international price has gone down today, why should the cocoa farmer suffer?
But okay, so now you're going back to the cocoa farmer, because I was wondering.
I'm going back to both, you see, because it is intertwined. You see, the COCOBOD management is saying that they have reduced the producer price by 28%. So they are also cutting their salaries by 20% and 10%. So by extension, anytime the farm gate price is reduced, it means the cocoa board staff will also suffer the same fate. I mean, you cannot operate an industry with that kind of mindset. No.
So you're saying this is a wrong move? The salary should have stayed the same.
It is.
They shouldn't have charged the salary of the staff.
Well, you see, that is not even the issue. Why should we even reduce the farm gate price of cocoa? You see, because there were a lot of noise, out there that if you have cut the producer price of cocoa, then why don't you also reduce the salaries of COCOBOD staff? So they were compelled to do that. You see, they were compelled to do that. But if we are even going by that argument, the farmers' margin was reduced by 28%. Why cut yours by 20 and 10%? You see, but I mean, that is not the argument. I'm not advocating that the COCOBOD staff salary should be reduced. That is not my argument. My argument is that the farmers' guaranteed price, once we say it is a guaranteed price, it should not be touched. What went into the determination? You see, once you set a producer price review committee, you give them all the information they need. So the farm gate price was determined based on the information they were given. You don't just set a producer price based on the figures that you don't have.
But a lot has changed since that producer price was set. Shouldn't the
A
price
lot
be
has changed.
reset to reflect
No, you
that
see,
what
that's
has
what I'm
changed?
saying. What information did they give to the producer price review committee? You see, this is a price set for the season. On what basis was this particular price fixed? On what basis? The producer price review committee, they don't work in a vacuum. You give them information they need, all the information you need. That the whole year, this is the revenue we hope to generate based on cocoa that you have sold. You see, they didn't listen to technical advice. If they had sold in advance, if they had sold forward for a year or two, we wouldn't have been talking the way we are talking now.
That they should have done forward sales.
They should have done forward sales. That is what we do all the time. That is what we do all the time since time immemorial. You see, you sell minimum 70% of your forecast. 70% minimum. When the producer price was around 13,000 dollars per ton, if we are sold in advance, would we have been talking the way we are talking today?
That's despite the lesson from 2023 where we did 2,000 and then prices went
The
high.
lessons I didn't get that please.
Because COCOBOD has also been talking about the fact that the last time we did forward sales, we had some challenges where we couldn't produce to meet the
what challenge?
The contracts.
We have been doing this since time immemorial. Since the Tekwashi brought cocoa into this country, since 1879, we have been selling forward. What challenge were they talking about? I couldn't see any.
You couldn't see, you didn't hear what happened to us in 2023.
What would be the challenge if you sell forward? What would be the challenge?
They are saying they sold for over 2,000, prices went as high, and they were not able to even meet the contract that they had promised to do because they were promising 7,000.
No, you are talking about a different issue altogether. You are talking about the contract rollover. Contract rollovers are separate issues altogether. And that is a standard industry practice.
Okay.
It happens all the time. All the time. When Nanado took office, he inherited contract rollover of 190,209 metric tons. The same year, Cote d'Ivoire rolled over 500,000 metric tons. As for contract rollover, it happens all the time. You do your projection that you produce X quantity this year. You know, due to weather failure or some other factors, you are unable to meet that projection. You roll the contract over. It happens all the time.
I see. So one, they should have done forward sales. Secondly, they should have touched the price.
Forward sales. If you do forward, you see, the farmer would have been comfortable if we had even maintained the 3,100. Assuming that that pledge of increasing the producer price to 6,000. Assuming they did not even make any attempt. If they had maintained the producer price at 3,100 until today, the cocoa farmer would have been happy because it's a guaranteed price.
I see. But in this case that they didn't do the forward sales and they were selling as they get, if the price had fallen, what were they supposed to do?
You see, you can't do that. You see, they were assuming that they were holding the physical stock. You don't have it. You see, you can't harvest all your forecast in a day. And you cannot sell all your cocoa in a day. So that's for daily sales. It is not an option. You can't sell all your cocoa, on spot sales every day. You cannot do that. It is not an option. You can't do that because you don't hold the physical stock, at a go. You don't hold it, assuming that you made projection of 850,000 tons. You don't hold that physical stock. So you cannot use that to determine your producer price. You cannot. And remember, the prices are never static. They can't remain at the same price forever.
But if they sell at the price that they had set, the producer price, wouldn't they have been making losses, significant losses?
You see that you are going back to the original argument. You see, if they had sold in advance, see, now you have projected that you'll be producing 800,000 metric tons. You have sold, let's say, 700,000 metric tons in advance. You know how much will be coming into the kitty. So you use that to determine the producer price. And once you have sold and entered into contract with the buyers, you cannot change that. So that revenue will certainly come into the kitty. You see, but you cannot be selling on daily basis and use that to determine the producer price. At one point or another, the price will fluctuate.
But in this case, for whatever may be, that is what they are confronted with. They did not do forward sales. So they are doing sports and they have this challenge. And you are saying the solution should not have been reducing cocoa farmers.
Should bear the consequences. The farmer should bear the consequences. You see, in any case, as I said from the beginning, the cocoa farmer has never enjoyed the full benefit of his or her labor. They've never been given 100% of the FOB. Never ever. You see, sometimes they are given as low as 40%. The highest they have ever gotten is 70%. So today, if the international prices is low, we should find better ways to cushion them.
Where would the money come from?
The money should come from everywhere. You know, when we took the 30% from them, where did we keep the money?
The 30%.
What I'm saying is that they have never enjoyed the full benefit.
I understand that. You
yes,
said that
when we have been taking, yes. So where have we been keeping that difference?
But COCOBOD is highly indebted. They owe money.
Now, go and see the kind of renovations they are doing. Go and see. Go to their various residential, homes and see the kind of living that the executive, and managers. Go and see. Arabian style of life.
Oh, so you
go and see.
So the debt we see currently was incurred by this current management?
Both. COCOBOD, I was also saying that when Anadu took office in 2017, they inherited a clean slate. Go and ask them. COCOBOD debt is not today. It's an accumulated debt.
But is that not what makes it difficult for them to keep the price
in any
stable?
case, when they were paying the cocoa farmer in January, February, up to October, did you hear about this story? Anytime they are confronted with a challenge, they go back and, give all manner of excuses, including their inability to access the syndicated loan. All manner that we even defaulted. Since when did we default in the syndicated loan? Since when? The cocoa farmer is not interested in these excuses. All the cocoa farmer is asking for is that whatever you promised them should be paid. That is what the cocoa farmer is asking. The cocoa farmer is not interested in all these arguments. That COCOBOD is owing, couldn't access the syndicated loan, we rolled over cocoa contract and all that. The cocoa farmer is not interested. All the cocoa farmer is interested in is it should be paid for his produce. That is all.
Because I'm wondering, because in this case, they are even saying at the current price, we are offering up to 90% of the price of the FOB.
And how much is Côte d'Ivoire offering? How much is Côte d'Ivoire offering? It's not the same conventional cocoa that we are selling. How much is Côte d'Ivoire offering? You see, they are not treating the cocoa farmer well. They are not treating the cocoa farmer well at all. How much is Côte d'Ivoire offering? Ask them.
So there's no justification for reducing the price. There's no justification for cutting staff salaries.
No, I don't accept them. I don't accept them at all. And I hope you will join us at Sahiri also on Thursday.
What would you be doing, Sahiri also?
We are demonstrating. For the first time, cocoa farmers will be demonstrating to register their displeasure.
Are you the one organizing the demonstration?
No. I'm in Parliament as we speak.
Okay.
I'm not there.
Because he said
you'll
be joining
us. Are not affected.
Because he said you'll be joining us Secretary. So it seems like Honorable
I'll
knows
be
about
joining them. Of course, if it does come off, I'll be joining them. I'm not the one organizing. I'm not even there. I don't know the organizers, but I know cocoa farmers will be demonstrating. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody sent me a message this morning.
I see, and you'll be joining them. Solidarity.
Of course, yes. Oh. You know, I work in COCOBOD, so okay. I'm an ambassador of COCOBOD and cocoa farmer. You know, I will not do anything to bring the name of the industry into dispute. I won't do that. You know, but I'm very sad that the cocoa farmers are being treated like trash. It's not good.
Have you, because you are a ranking member on the cocoa, your committee also deals with matters of cocoa. Have you had any conversations with people at COCOBOD over this issue?
Yes, we invited the COCOBOD management I think 1.5 or so weeks ago. The day that the first time we had a press conference.
Okay.
We had a press conference in the morning. The afternoon, COCOBOD management came over to meet with our committee. And I was even wondering, I was thinking that they owed the LBCs 10 billion. That is what I said in my press conference.
Yes.
When I asked the chief executive, he said it was rather 11 billion then. Okay. 11 billion Ghana cedis then. Today, I don't know what the figure is. I'm sure it will be much higher.
Okay. And the issues you raised at the press conference, did you put it before them?
I did.
Did they respond?
Yes. No, they were talking about the contract road order. So I talked about that. They were talking about the default of the syndicated loan. So I talked about that. And I also talked about the indebtedness of the license buying companies to the cocoa farm.
Oh, okay. And nothing they said in justification of a possible price reduction was acceptable to you?
At that time, the price reduction hadn't come up.
Oh, you didn't know? They didn't tell you they were going to do that?
Well, he said he's heard people saying prices have never come down, but at one point or another, it will come down. That's what he said. But I thought that was just, a joke. Because I never, ever expected that the producer price of cocoa will come down. That's never happened in the history of this country.
So for you, expected government to find money wherever they can to continue paying the cocoa farmers what they set, the price they set?
You see, the main season is almost gone. The bulk of our cocoa, has been sold already. The bulk of it has been sold. We are left with just a small fraction. Just find money and pay until the next season. That is what every government does. But if you are going to use pendulum to determine the producer price, then everybody, can be in the helm of affairs. If you are going to use pendulum, when prices go up, we'll increase producer price. When prices go down, we'll reduce the producer price. Who does that?
I see. Do you agree to deregulation of the pricing
I
regime
don't.
currently?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Okay.
If they do that, the industry will collapse. Take it from me.
If they do that, the industry will collapse.
The industry will collapse. The industry will certainly collapse.
How? Why?
But how can you do that? No farmer will have the comfort, the confidence, the encouragement, to go into cocoa farming, because you can't see your way clear.
Because in a deregulated market, at least you know that you are getting either all of what cocoa costs on the international market or a significant portion of it.
New markets, that's what I've told
you. Because you were just talking about farmers getting 30% of the price.
When they were promising the cocoa farmer 6,000 and 7,000 Ghana. Is that what they had in mind?
No, at the time, did it not make sense to make that promise?
Time, prices have never been static. So when they were promising the 6,000, were they thinking that the prices were going to remain, at where they were at the time of those promises? Prices have never ever been static. It happens to all commodities.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Dr. Isaac Yaw Opoku is ranking member Food, Agric and Cocoa Affairs Committee of Parliament. He says he does not accept both the reduction in the price of cocoa the price of cocoa that is paid to the farmers, and also reduction in cutting management and senior staff salaries. He says that essentially what the government is promising to do is, as and when prices go up, their salaries will stay stable. When prices come down, they are saying that they'll reduce the salaries of the staff. So by saying that, essentially, his main point is that he does not agree with this idea of reducing the price that is paid to cocoa farmers. Taking us to 29 minutes past